They're literally doing the torment nexus meme. Oh, I love this thing, yeah. Sci-fi author. In my book, I invented the torment nexus as a cautionary tale. Tech company. At long last, we have created the torment nexus from the classic sci-fi novel Don't Create the Torment Nexus. Many such cases. From More Perfect Union. New, Roblox is profiting off of child labor. The platform, which has 66 million daily active users, that is wild. Man, that is wild. Is designed to exploit kids for profit, turning them into low-wage game designers and taking a 70% cut on their sales. Guys, this is like the future of all. This is going to be the entire economy. All right, all agricultural and constructive needs will be met by automation, and humans will eke out barely a living wage by designing Roblox levels for 12-year-olds to play and get a tiny portion of the money. And that'll be the only job you can have. Let's go.
Child labor is broadly banned, right? But then when tech companies do it and kids are voluntarily childly laboring online, it doesn't count as child labor?
Let's back up a bit. Child labor online? How did we get here? It all starts with one of the largest social platforms on the internet.
Roblox.
The Roblox, there's so many games on Roblox. Roblox.
The Roblox community.
Hypers in chat, if you play Roblox regularly. All right, all the Zoomers, put your I'm not asking I'm not asking no. I'm not asking people who haven't to say no. If I asked chat, have you played Roblox? Then you could say no. But I didn't do that, did I? I said hypers if you do. You're just clogging up the responses. And it looks like most of you don't.
This is Roblox.
It is the most popular video game in the US and Europe.
If you're over the age of 25, you might only have a passing knowledge of what it is, if you've heard of it at all. But over half of kids aged 6 to 16 in the US alone are playing Roblox.
That's so dude. The idea of a game having that much of a generational hold is so
You could just see it as a super popular kids game, but it's quite a bit more than that. See, Roblox isn't a game. It's a platform where players design games for other players, where kids are—
Fortnite and Minecraft also exist. Fortnite is also a big issue, but Minecraft, at least until recently, wasn't a live service game. In Roblox is like this entire economy. Like with Minecraft, for the longest time, you just bought Minecraft and then played Minecraft. But now you can buy microtransactions in Minecraft, so I don't know. It's also the fact that it targets such young people, I think.
Are designing games for other kids.
You know what, Luna? You wipe the counters. I'm gonna go try something else.
This is Harrison. He's 8 years
Hi.
old and has been playing games on Roblox since he was 5.
What I like about Roblox is...
Holy shit, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to say. I would not let my 5-year-old play online games under any circumstances. I would full on do the like you're not getting a phone, or like you're not getting like an internet capable device until you're like 12 at least. I don't know. I'd have to think about it, man. I don't know.
You could bond with other friends, connect to other people from faraway states or countries, and you could play games with them.
We also spoke with Antonio, who is 15 years old and has been designing games on the platform for years.
People make fun of Roblox kind of sometimes. So you're like, oh, you make Roblox games? Oh.
Roblox
Speak up,
isn't
young man.
anything to make fun of, though. Developers like Antonio are serious about the craft. They're not just doing it for fun, though. For years, up until recently, Roblox advertised developing games there as a serious money-making opportunity. Problem is, game development is super hard work, and most Roblox-based developers with published work on the platform never actually receive money for any of it. Meanwhile, Roblox is worth over $17 billion, and its CEO David Baszucki alone is worth $1.8 billion.
Cool.
And those billions were built on extracting value from children. Not just through digital child labor.
Okay, so for those of you who don't understand the way it works, basically, like, people will make Roblox games, and then other people will play them, and if a lot of people like the games that you can make some money, but a huge portion of it goes to Roblox itself, even though Roblox hasn't done anything other than provide the platform and the servers. They didn't make the game itself. What's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with that is that we would accept this as wrong under any other circumstances. First of all, we already had a version of this called Gmod. It existed earlier, and it didn't do any of this crap. In Gmod, people would make game modes, like and other people would play them, and it was just free, and people would just do it, you know? The problem is that, like, I don't think there's anything wrong conceptually with a person, like with a kid making something on Gmod or Roblox and then getting a lot of money because it ends up being super popular. I guess that's cool to think about. The problem is that A, a huge portion of it is taken by Roblox itself, and B, and this is the bigger one for me, it's that the lure of making money off of Roblox is going to make a lot of kids slave away at producing stuff, some of which will benefit Roblox, some of which won't, for like nothing, basically. It's basically like an incentive to make a lot of kids work for very little money, or sometimes a decent amount, but if it's a decent amount, an obscene amount is being taken from them. You understand what I mean? I don't know. I feel like we would understand how exploitative this is under other circumstances, right? Like, imagine if there was a popular kids game where you would like pick stuff up and put it in baskets. And if you picked stuff up and put it in baskets super, super well, you might get some prizes. But then it turned out that like the company was actually selling basketful of the stuff, and they were basically having kids do migrant labor work basically for free. Like, I feel like we would understand how bad this is under other circumstances, you know? Yeah, I think I would be much better with it if Roblox didn't advertise this as like a way to make serious cash, because there's just going to be a lot of kids who are like miserably grinding out. Is there an actual game and this is like modding, or is it different? Roblox is like a platform you use to make games. It's like a system. It's like Gmod. It's like Gmod basically. Why the actual their parents allowing this? I bet to a lot of the parents, all they really see is their kids like having a fun social time on Roblox, and also their kids like learning coding skills, which are really useful these days. So they see that and they're like, oh, well, that's nice. You know, I don't necessarily blame parents for not understanding the broader incentives here, I think.
Labor, but by turning childhood into a candy-coated black market with exploitation around every corner.
Kids should be careful of using Robux. People like to scam, online date, exploit your account.
This is The Classroom, and today we're dissecting how Roblox extracts value from children. I first got into this topic after talking to my coworker Gerald.
So this YouTube channel, People Make Games, they make content about game development. And Quentin from People Make Games explained Roblox amazingly.
These kids are not just hobbyists.
I've seen this
doing
video.
Real work that is driving the value.
It's my understanding that the way Roblox coding works is very specific to Roblox. Yeah, don't they code in Lua? Do I have that correctly? Like, they're not coding in C# or whatever. Okay, I don't know enough about coding to know the transferability of Lua coding to other forms of coding, but I don't hear about Lua being used elsewhere, so I don't know. It's a fake-ass language that gives them no job skills. That kind of sucks. Gmod uses Lua too. Yeah, but people who play Gmod... First of all, Gmod doesn't advertise itself as like a coding assistance system or as a way to make money. And secondly, most of the stuff that people do in Gmod isn't really coding. Well, for the big Gmod modders, how much did they code versus how much do they work within in-game assets? They did a lot of coding. I'd have to think about that. I never did any like high-level Gmod stuff. All programming languages are transferable to... Well, there's different levels of easy transferability. Like, there is always transferability, but there are different levels of how difficult it is to transfer.
Of one of the biggest video game publishers in history.
I feel like he sort of became the face of Roblox criticism, so I really wanted to reach out to him.
Here are the 3 main points we learned from Quentin's reporting that sent us down this rabbit hole.
Roblox is not really a game, it's more of a game creation platform and marketplace where young developers make games and costumes and stuff and sell them. The second fact, Roblox runs on a currency called Robux, which is basically an internal currency that only works on the platform. And the third thing is that Roblox developers, aka the people who make this stuff, can cash out, but Roblox takes a massive cut, unlike anything else in the game industry.
Yeah. Ooh.
In this video, I'm gonna show you the best ways to make Robux stay to the end if you want to make millions of Robux.
Roblox says it's free to publish games, but that's not entirely true.
Publishing a game on the Roblox platform's easy, like 2 buttons to click, but in trying to get it to actually get views.
But it's not really voluntary with kids, Benjamin Gilbert-Liff, right? Like, if you're deliberately preying on kids' labor and incentivizing them with myths of big payouts, and then, like, they're literally kids. Like, there's a reason why we have special protections when it comes to kids and labor. Because, like, voluntary labor can be very, very different in the context of kids.
It's harder.
There are over 50 million games, but the section where most users find new games to play, the Discover section, only shows the couple hundred most popular games.
The dev cut for Robux is insane. You earn around 300 for 100. Wait, no, it can't be that much. It'd be like 3,000 for 100,000 Robux. I think you're off by 1 0 on both. Robux cut. Yeah, they take 75% of each sale. So if you buy Robux in the context of a given person's published game, Robux takes... Oh my god, they double dip? Robux takes 75% of each sale. That means the developer needs to make 400,000 Robux sales before the developer accumulates 100,000 Robux for cash withdrawal. If 100,000 Robux is sold for 1,000, and 100,000 Robux only nets the developer 350, then the double dip gives Roblox a net 91.25% of developer sales. Because you have... Wait. So it's the amount... It's the cut that Roblox... It's the cut that Roblox takes, both when you cash out and also when a person spends Robux on your thing. So it's a double dip then. So you make $350 for cashing out an amount of Robux which would cost 1,000 to buy, but also Robux only gives the creator of an item 30% if it's bought. So yeah, so like to get rid of the Robux or whatever and just use dollars, if somebody spends $1,000 on an item you make or whatever, okay, then you get $300. And then if you want to cash out with that $300, you only get 35% of that. So you would get like basically $100, even though 1,000 was spent in your thing. Yeah, so the math is right. Yeah, so Robux double dips. They take like 90% of all the money. Okay. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I just wanted to, like, yeah.
So, basically, you have to bid for advertising.
Or else they kind of just flop and no one plays them ever.
To be clear, you're bidding money for the chance to get views.
Oh, you spend Robux, which is a portion of real money, in order to boost your shit in the... Oh, dude, we've got 12-year-olds who are, like, leveraging stocks on, like, ad buys to get people to play their Skibbity toilet game simulator in the hopes of getting 9% of the total money spent on their shit.
It's essentially gambling for advertising, and if your gamble doesn't pay off, your game doesn't even show up in the Discover section.
The more you pay, the more like...
They don't even allow you to exchange it into money some cases. My friend was a developer for a game and made a ton of Robux off it, but they denied his request to exchange it to money. Okay. There's also an economy with items that fluctuate in price like TF2. Yeah, but I don't think TF2 is comparable, though. TF2 is like people... You have markets for like selling and buying items and stuff, but this is like an entire fucking economy macro system based on a corporation getting 90% of the total internal, like this is on so many levels, you know. This is so much more like that. Like the TF2 thing is literally just the system of trading. It's just trading systems like that's just trading. This is like a whole other thing. This is...
You're about to get there, but then someone else might pay more and then you won't be on.
Next, they're taking a sizable 70% cut whenever somebody buys your game, meaning your profits stack very slowly. Then to cash out at all, you have to...
Okay, so they're saying it. Yeah, okay, I paused too early.
...have made $300 worth of Robux, or 30,000 Robux, which isn't easy. This is significantly higher than other similar games which have much lower minimums for payout. Oh,
I thought you could only cash out with 100,000. Are they about to say that?
and when they pay you, that 30,000 Robux isn't worth $300 anymore. You'll actually get around $105.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You see, earned Robux are only worth about a third when they're paid out. You
Cool.
heard that right. When you buy 100 Robux from them, they're worth $1. But when they're paying you, that 100 Robux becomes 35 cents.
It's literally a company town. It's literally a company town, dude. You're literally getting paid in fucking like Rothschild bucks or whatever. The Morgan bucks. It's script. Oh my god.
Most devs never end up having to worry about profits since most are never able to cash out at all, and Roblox gets to keep all of that money inside their system. A ton of the problems with Roblox stem from this fake money scam. Where have we seen this before?
Historically, mining and logging camps in America, the companies behind these would pay workers in corporate script rather.
Wow. Guys, I swear to you, I didn't see this video before. I didn't pre-watch the video. I swear to you, I didn't pre-watch the video. I'm sorry, I didn't pre-watch the video. I think, okay, guys, this should be like an easy, like easy law, right? In any kind of currency substitute, any kind of like online currency or whatever else, if it can be transferred in both directions, it has to be equally transferable. I think that's an easy law. If $1 buys 100 Robux, 100 Robux buys $1. If you have the ability to cash out, the cash out that you get has to be equal in value to what it would be to cash in. That seems like a very easy, like, I don't know what kind of loophole there'd be there or like what problem there'd be, but that seems like an easy one to me.
Other than US dollars, script you could only pay in the company town, in the company store. And if you wanted to exchange your script for US,
they'll just move their cut up to 90% then? Yes, but if they do that, at least that's honest. And then they'll have to be, then everyone will Google, like, oh, how much of a cut did they take? 90%? Rather than it being hidden behind two. That's why they're doing it in two places, because it obfuscates. If they have the cut done in two places, it's like, oh, well, it's 30%. Oh, you know, but if it's just upfront, 90% of it gets cut. Like, I think that's way more honest. 70% is still insane and people still fall for it. Yeah, I agree. They're kids. Yeah, they're kids.
dollars, the company charged you a fee to do that. And this advantages the companies because they could take away your ability to spend script and they could ensure that you're using your script in shops that the company owns. That is exactly what Roblox is doing. And it's banned in America, but not on the internet.
All that fake money is very real to someone, though.
Dave Baszucki, he's the CEO of Roblox. Dave, it's great to see you. Want to talk about the earnings?
We generated over $100 million of cash in Q1. It's how we run the business.
Roblox, the company, is profiting wildly off of this.
Long term, there's so much on our platform that is going to really let everyone be a creator.
They're generating so much money. It is just unthinkable to me that the people who create their product are not being compensated or not being given a slice of that pie. This is something that you can only see if you have an account, but it sort of blew this whole thing wide open for me. This is just a jobs hub for children, which many of these jobs pay in Robux.
Oh my god. This is an official Roblox site, and there's literally an apply button on the right. This is an actual in-site, like, affiliated first-party system for getting compensated in Robux for...
I applied to some, I didn't hear back. Many of them say things like, you have to be 13 or older.
Seeing this page, I mean, find jobs right at the top of create.roblox.com. Like, it does stop being play.
Oh, and then the compensation there is 200 Robux. So like, oh God, 100,000 Roblox is $1,000. Is that 20 cents? I mean, that seems bad.
The job board is so bad, Antonio has decided to bypass it entirely.
It's not that easy to make money on Roblox, but using third-party apps like Fiverr, for example, I've earned way more money than Roblox.
When we looked at the numbers, it was. Like,
Kids are going to Fiverr to get off-site assistance on the... Yeah, I guess the children really do yearn for the mines, I guess. I want to be clear, like, jokes aside, none of this is because of how kids are. This is because of how the bourgeoisie is. Literally, all of these systems were deliberately designed and tweaked to maximize the money and time they could milk from children. Like, this is all about child labor and a bunch of, like, corporate boardroom executives getting as much as they can, and all the money comes from the parents, you know? Like, this isn't kids. Kids just want to play a game, dude. I grew up on Gmod. People weren't making money off Gmod, or if they were, like, it was very edge case stuff. For the most part, people just made shit on Gmod and just had fun, and that's what kids want to do. But then they see all of these systems designed to lure them in the idea that they can have fun while making money, and it doesn't work that way, but they're young, you know? This isn't how kids are.
He's absolutely right. He was making a lot more money on Fiverr. So if we're in a situation where people are doing real labor and a website like Fiverr is giving them better opportunities than the place where they are selling the labor itself, that is insane.
Fiverr should not be the better alternative to get paid.
There's no Roblox HR, no Roblox Developers Union effort, nowhere these underpaid and overworked kids can turn to as their labor rights are violated multiple times over.
I've spoken to Roblox developers who might be 14 and in school and crunching, working 10, 12 hours on weekends just to try and get their game out according to pressures that are applied to them by a boss who might be another kid who you've not met. Like, it's just crap.
These kids are all going to come out of this experience like communists, dude. These are the labor conditions that brought about the union leaders, socialists, and anarchists that ended up getting us weekends back in the early 20th century. These kids are going to, like, graduate high school having already experienced a distilled internet form of, like, corporate labor towns. They're going to be the strongest commies the world has ever seen.
There were so many things that weren't just labor that were sort of coming up, that were other forms of exploitation.
Basically, it's just about wringing as much Robux out of the system as possible.
It's something we could call the financialization of childhood. What that means is that a lot of the shady practices present in the real economy are here too, but targeted at kids. The kids are straight up gambling with money. Money which has been turned into Robux first so David Bazooki can get to it, but still. Scams are prevalent.
This is so, like, okay, speaking of laws that we could do, all right? Literally, just like the EU already has a version of this, right? Literally, gambling online just can't exist. Sorry, nope. Can't exist. Just done. It's done. Or have, like, a category called video game, and if something wants to be in a video game category, then it cannot have any form of gambling whatsoever. You can't have it. You can't have it. The gambling will stop.
All over Roblox, including in their most popular game, Adopt Me. Here's Harrison again, the 8-year-old Roblox player we spoke to who's pretty savvy about problems with the platform. Harrison called Adopt Me
like the most scamming game.
Harrison told us that kids, or even adults, can steal from each other in the game. There's also giant corporate experiences like Walmart Land or Nike Land, which are less like games and more like big, loud stores.
I'm gonna go get the burritos. So yes, Chipotle is now officially inside of Roblox.
It's almost like going to the mall back in like the early 2000s, but this time online. I think the harm for kids is...
I love the metaverse for kids. Hey, instead of wasting billions of dollars changing the company name from Facebook to Meta, why didn't Zuckerberg just buy Roblox?
Is that they're being used as a way to generate more money or revenue for these companies without their consent.
So all the biggest and branded games are trying to squeeze kids for money, and they're all brimming with thieves and scam artists. Remember, this happens because there's tons of money, Robux.
The companies sponsor them, Bisadu. There are so many companies here. Like, we can look right now. Roblox Walmart Experience Tour. This is from the Walmart YouTube channel. No copyright Reno. It's all like corporate, yeah, because they're all like getting in it. I tried Walmart's terrifying metaverse experience. Is this Roblox or the metaverse? I think it's Roblox, but he's saying metaverse in the title. Danny Gonzalez, I don't know this YouTuber.
Just having an hair with and then for Walmart could how in this wretched default outfit, but lucky Bonobo clothing. But I'm gonna go and get some. There's a couple different ways you can collect tokens to buy Bonobos clothing in Walmart Land. First, this is my paint, so stuff. Let's go! The obby. Alright.
Dominated by your internet service.
Night is darkest just before the dawn.
Okay, I don't know.
Going through the platform, and the corporation gets at least a 30% cut whenever any of it moves around.
Some other parents, they're budgeting probably $100 to $150 a month.
Harrison gets $20 a month for Roblox from his dad, and he's actually really conscious about not spending more of his dad's money.
Do you want me to spend $100 or are you okay with the 20?
No, I'm okay with the 20 or the 5.
Good.
That's fine. I got when I played World of Warcraft when I was in high school, and even in middle school, my parents paid $15 a month for it on the condition that that be like the one non-allowance thing they spend money they give me money for. And I thought that was fine, and I spent a lot, or I didn't spend a lot. I spent a lot of time on World of Warcraft, so I thought it was a worthwhile investment. And I had a lot of fun with that. I think that if your kid's on Roblox and you want to give them like 10 or 15 or 20 a month, like a month, that's not very much at all, you know? That's different. Your 15 was to play the game. This 20 is for microtransactions. I mean, yeah, but 20 a month is like we'll be fair. Like that's a pretty responsible expenditure, I feel. You know, I think that's okay.
We wanted to focus specifically on the labor and financial exploitation of children, but we do have to point out one thing that Harrison said about predators on Roblox that blew our minds and even got our cameraman to step in.
There's a lot of people, like our adults, and they try to get advice from you, so they could research you and try to track you down. I don't know why.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
The dad being like in front of the camera is
like I don't know, like people like start doing it now.
So like someone's asking like your name?
Yeah, your name, your
like your
info.
real name or your avatar name?
Your real name and your info about like your places, like where you live, what age are you, and what I just do is just
when your parents are home.
Lie about my age.
Well, how do you know it's that kind of person? They introduce themselves in a certain way? Or?
For adults, they type really fast.
That's actually really funny. The idea of being able to clock an adult because they have a high WP. Oh, shit. This. No, it's a smart kid. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. These professional files probably have pretty high WPMs from like the 27 kids per minute they're hitting up. You know, this kid's identified that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Adults type really fast. Yeah.
So that's why I know who it is, like a kid or adult. Like
you got to be smart to survive on the internet as a minor. Yeah, basic internet safety. I genuinely feel like basic internet safety is up there in terms of the birds and the bees and stuff that you have to teach your kid now. And it's not, the problem is that like when I was growing up, my parents are both like tech savvy enough, but like they grew up when computers weren't really a thing. So they can't know. They don't know what it's like to grow up with computers. And I feel like without knowing, your advice is going to be kind of weak because there's so much stuff you have to tell kids. The most important one being, if anyone ever asks you for personal info, say nothing or lie. You know? Yeah, like that's probably the most important one. The birds, the bees, and internet safety. Yeah, my parents didn't warn me about seeing gore online. I know a lot of people don't like the idea of parental controls because they tend to be associated with conservative parentage. But I gotta say, it is pretty weird that if you have a kid and they could be like 9 years old, they could hear a weird rumor at school, and in the span of 20 seconds, they could see like anything. Literally, like, depending on what they hear, they could just type some shit into the URL, like 10 seconds of typing, and then kablamo, they're looking at gore, bestiality, child pornography, they're on a file. So, like, literally, that's it. Just, there you go. That's shaping your life now. Just congratulations. A fucking hammer has been struck against your skull. Yeah, with a phone, too. Like, Jesus. Yeah, shit, they could end up typing in Vaush.gg. Who knows what they could learn there? Yeah. Safe search might be on, but no, it's not. It can't be safe search. You can have like parental controls on a thing. I think that would probably be fine, right? Like if you had like a phone and the phone had messages, calls, maybe like WhatsApp for international stuff, I don't know, and then you could have a couple of sites whitelisted and everything else isn't. So if they want to use some specific sites, that's fine. I don't know. But even then, I don't even know if you can do that anymore. Because like Twitter right now, it doesn't take any effort on Twitter to find like people getting hit by cars and smeared on the asphalt. And even then, Twitter's full of like porn that a child shouldn't look at probably. So I feel like not that, and then Reddit's full of porn. YouTube? I don't know. But I don't want to have one of those kids, if I ever have a kid, I don't know. I don't want to have one of those kids where, you know, like you say goodnight, and they're like, make sure to like and subscribe. You know, I don't know.
They type like for like minutes, and the adult type in like for like 2 seconds, and they're done.
So which game does this happen in?
In like every single game.
Just to recap.
That's so fun. I'm sorry. There are uncensored nudity things on YouTube, like how to put on condom videos. I know that, and there's like nude yoga and shit, but you gotta admit that like even with that being on YouTube, the threat level on YouTube is way, way, way lower than the threat level for like Twitter or Reddit when it comes to illicit content, you know? Like, you know, it's, yeah. It's a fact. Kids are smarter than people think they are. If you give a kid a device that has the theoretical ability to access illicit material, and they're old enough to understand how tech works, which a lot of kids are learning younger and younger, a lot of them are going to figure it out. I think that you can have limits, but a lot of it is just good education. You know, like unless you're literally keeping your kid in a locked box, can you keep them from seeing porn? Like, no, eventually they're going to find a way. Like, even if it's at a friend's house or something. But what you can do is you can have a conversation with them when they're young and try to give them like a good education on like, hey, listen, like, just so you know, like pornography, sometimes adults will make videos of them doing adult things, and that's not always reflective of how it is in real life. Or you can like give them like a talk on that, and then maybe you can make it so down the line things aren't as bad, right? It's just about preparing them for the wild ocean, you know, the vast expanse of the internet. Yeah, you want to inoculate them. Exactly, yeah. And even if your kid has all the parental blocks on their phone, their friends won't, probably. So, yeah. Vaush, there are games on Roblox called vibe games where your avatars can cuddle and hug each other in bed. Pedophiles run rampant on those games. Roblox doesn't do anything about it. I don't even know what to say about that. I genuinely don't. I guess I can't even like conceptualize what kind of what specific sub archetype of pedophile would go on Roblox to cuddle with the Roblox avatar. We're operating on levels of inhumanity that go beyond my ability to like understand or like analyze, you know? It's so out there. My school actually taught us internet safety. Well, that's good.
Up here, this is an 8-year-old child talking about the lengths he has to go to avoid predators on a children's platform. One of the largest kids platforms on Earth, which has again made billions off of these children. Meanwhile, the CEO is saying things like this.
Do you think more... Does Roblox not have any kind of restricted chat at all? Like, considering the fact that it's a game marketed to and almost entirely used by children, is there not some kind of limited chat? It does? How do you... Like, I guess there's some kind of way to bypass it. It censors only naughty words. No, I mean, like, not being able to talk at all. I don't mean, like, censoring expletives. I mean, like, it's weird to me that they can even talk to each other at all, apart from, like, emotes. Like how it is in Hearthstone. If you're playing a game full of 9-year-olds, and it's, like, basically a big, like, hub game or whatever, makes more sense to me that it would be... That used to be the case. You could only, like, do emotes or whatever. Huh. Like in Toontown? Yeah, like... Yeah, having open chat, even a censored open chat in a game for babies is insane to me. Like, why not just have like dozens or even hundreds of preset messages or emotes that you could use? Amazing chest ahead. Yeah, just have everything be like Dark Souls player messages. Unironically, yes.
Or mature things like nudity will ever be allowed on Roblox in any way?
I think what I would say is we would lead first and foremost with safety and civility, and then second with mirroring what happens in the physical world. And so I would never rule it out.
There's a standard of care if you're running a school or making children's TV that you're going to treat kids with incredible care and caution. What's nuts about Roblox is that it is arguably the largest source of children's entertainment today, and it operates with just the absolute bare minimum of care for its audience.
That is so wild. Just the open chat thing is so wild to me. Hold on one second.
Found this video really difficult to make because, more so than other workers we cover, the Roblox workforce, mostly children, are at a unique—
Roblox has DMs, sometimes has voice chat. See, again, this is insane to me. Open chat, DMs, voice chat, and a game for babies, that's just insane to me. Like, completely insane. You know?
disadvantage to fight for their rights.
It's a community that doesn't often speak out about Roblox for fear of reprisal or for fear of hurting their own standing within the community. It's not easy for them to escape this ecosystem.
I was an art teacher for a little while, so I've taught kids about the age of Roblox's core audience. So like younger artists or game devs are incredibly passionate and frankly would do this stuff just because they love it.
And they do on Roblox.
And they do. That sort of worker base is ripe for exploitation.
And loving what you do should not be licensed to be unfairly compensated or to be exploited.
Young Roblox developers like Antonio want to make a career out of their work, and Roblox is priming them to work in a professional video game industry that already has its own problems with labor exploitation.
The standards that Roblox Corporation is setting for development and what represents fair—
Yeah, people did this shit for free back in the early 2010s. Not just the 2010s. Gmod and Warcraft 3 were both the progenitors of massive— Trouble in Terrorist Town ended up kicking off like a revival of Mafia-style games in a bunch of like different genres. And the whole MOBA genre came from Dota, which was originally a Warcraft 3 user-made mod. People will make cool stuff in game modding systems with no profit incentive. Oh, Defense the Age, yeah. With no profit incentive at all. Like, the entire video game modding scene is a testament to this fact. Now, I don't have any problem with people being compensated for doing that work, and I think that incentives to profit generally do lead to people being able to do this more. Like, a good example would be, people were making great YouTube videos back 15 years ago, but now that people can make a career out of it, there are more YouTubers making more great content. Sure, the whole space has gotten a bit more commercial, and that does have its downsides, but overall, in terms of like high-quality YouTube content to enjoy and watch, we're better off now than we ever have been. Downsides, sure, and a lot of people do make terrible content purely for money grabbing, but overall, I do think it's a plus. Likewise, it's just the fact that they're like exploiting these kids, you know? I will never stop talking about how Minecraft mods were the flashpoint for Battle Royale games. Yeah, what was that really old Minecraft mod? The one where everyone would start in like a circle and it was like Hunger Games for Minecraft. Yeah, that was like the origin point for a ton of development on that particular style of game. Yeah, I remember that. It wasn't the first, but it was a, now it's called survival games. Makes sense because of the Hunger, because the book series. Yeah. So what we see consistently is kind of like a replication of what happens in the pharmaceutical and tech industries, where the government will provide grants for public research, and the public research will do amazing work, and then corporations will swoop in and make money off of it. Likewise, a whole bunch of really cool game concepts will be fleshed out and made for free by people who just like making games, and then corporations will ask, how can we make a profit off of it? Gmod, which you might all recognize from the Skibbity toilet series, that Gmod. GM Construct is like this is like the screensaver of my brain. When I wake up in the morning and everything's rebooting and it's just a haze in my head, this is like the screen. It's so ugly too. Yeah, it's ugly as shit. It looks like shit. And that's why we love it. It's the Skibidi toilet place. Yeah, true.
Pay and what represents, you know, like oversight into workplace malpractice, that's stuff that is then surely only going to like widen and get bigger. So like the children growing up playing Roblox now who expect, you know, like 20% cut of the 100% of revenue that their game makes, you know, they're gonna grow up and that's what they will be used to.
Roblox isn't blind to the about. They just know that their audience doesn't have power and that mainstream media and legislators aren't paying attention. But Roblox Corp is trying to solve their digital child labor problem in their own way before anyone notices. First, David Baszucki wants to age up their user base.
There's still a lot of room for growth in USA 9 through 12, but historically, the opportunity we have in 17 and up, it's massive, really.
And he also wants to eventually replace a lot of the labor itself with artificial intelligence.
Right. Oh my God, just a good idea factory over here. We will all play the one game, Roblox, for all ages at all times, and all the content we look at will be AI generated.
Started rolling out more creation type AI, so both material generation and code generation. There's that Westworld episode where someone sits down and says, do this and do this.
The narrative storyteller.
That's all
role.
going to happen.
You think so?
Absolutely.
And the AI models replacing developers would be trained on millions of experience.
Using Westworld as a positive. They're literally doing the torment nexus meme. Oh, I love this thing, yeah. Sci-fi author. In my book, I invented the torment nexus as a cautionary tale. Tech company, at long last, we have created the torment nexus from the classic sci-fi novel Don't Create the Torment Nexus. Many such cases.
Experiences built by Roblox users. Most of these users will never see a single cent of compensation for their work that is building the future profits of this company. Roblox has had years to deal with the problems we've outlined. We just can't trust them to handle it on their own anymore.
The product is so good that it's not going anywhere. It's got so much funding now that there's not going to be a competitor anytime soon. So this is the company. This is almost like the public utility. This is what we've got. But it's a utility with absolutely no oversight and no government even understanding what it's doing, let alone legislating against it. And that is absurd.
I can't wait for a politician to run on the proposal that online gambling should be banned because 2/3 of the US economy is just Roblox gambling. And he's going to be shut down by the massive Roblox lobby. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's fantastic.
So what sort of oversight do the kids on Roblox want?
Lower how much Robux you need to cash out, and increase how much the Robux is worth, and lower the cut Roblox takes.
Well, get rid of the whole marketplace. This doesn't fix it. All this does is improve the incentives. The whole thing should not exist. People will still make good stuff to play without a monetary incentive.
To maybe like 10% or something.
The FTC has been called upon to take action in major recent cases in the gaming sector, and the Federal Trade Commission Act specifically prohibits unfair or deceptive acts or practices in commerce. Half of the kids in America are on Roblox, and all of them—
Wow, this 15-year-old's economic analysis of the situation fucking I could have done a much better job.
Deserve labor protections. Roblox is dictating the conditions of our future, beta testing the labor rights of the metaverse on children. If we don't regulate them now, the business model and predatory practices of Roblox are coming for all of us.
That was some fantastic content that I just stole. Please, everyone, subscribe to and follow More Perfect Union. I think this was an excellent video on the subject, and I think that I added enough of my own spin to it and enough cat wrangling to legally meet the requirements for fair use commentary. Really, though, More Perfect Union does good stuff. Why don't you follow me? It's because I steal their content.